Hey guys, a new Miss Universe has been crowned, and let me tell you, she is simply phenomenal. I had to be honest, she was not my favorite for the crown, but nevertheless, she outperformed her competitors in every aspect of the competition. But before I continue, if you're new to this channel, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button below and the bell icon to receive instant notification for the next video. Only 35% of my viewers are subscribers, so it would really mean a lot to me if the remaining 65% would also subscribe. This channel has just reached the 6,000 mark and helped me reach 7,000 by the end of the month. Thank you for all your support, and don't forget to follow me also on Instagram at Critical Beauty Official. So the new Miss Universe is Arbany Gabriel of USA. Arbany is a 28-year-old eco-friendly fashion designer, model, and sewing instructor from Houston, Texas. Arbany beat first runner-up and my favorite for the crown, Amanda Dudamel of Venezuela, and second runner-up, Andreina Martinez from the Dominican Republic. The other two finalists were Ashley Carino of Puerto Rico and Gabriela dos Santos of Curacao. As you know, Arbany's reign as Miss USA 2022 had been tainted with accusations of fraud and favoritism, even though investigations by MUO have claimed that there was none. Now, some pageant fans are wondering if USA's victory was part of the deal with the new ownership. What do you think? The competition took place at the Ernest Memorial Convention Center located in downtown New Orleans, Louisiana, USA on January 14, 2023. The show was shown primarily via the Roku channel and live streamed starting at 7 p.m. New Orleans time via the official Miss Universe YouTube channel. However, the YouTube broadcast was blocked in the United States and other countries for no apparent reason. The following day, Roku uploaded the entire show without the glitches that happened during the live telecast. I'll talk about the glitches later. Originally, 86 contestants had signed up for the 71st edition, but 2 of them had to withdraw because the first, Miss Universe Latvia, had contracted COVID and was hospitalized before coming to the US. And the second one, Miss Kazakhstan, was stuck in California and abandoned by her national director. One contestant, Miss Universe China, almost did not make it because of delay in the processing of her visa, but she made it just in time for the prelims. And another one, Miss Universe Curacao, caught COVID while she was already in New Orleans, but had to be quarantined for several days. Fortunately, she tested negative just 2 days before the prelims. This year, the pageant organizers, under a new ownership led by Thai transgender multimillionaire Anne Jakarta, amplified the theme of women empowerment by introducing the taglines Transformational Leader and Force for Good, which is also the name of the new $6 million crown. The show was co-hosted by entertainment TV host and stylist Jeannie Mai and Miss Universe 2012 Olivia Culpo. Both women looked stunning and had a good chemistry with each other. I must say that Olivia hasn't changed a bit. She still looks the same as when she was crowned Miss Universe 10 years ago. At first, fans were concerned that Olivia would repeat her low-energy hosting skill as she had done in 2020, but to the surprise of many, she actually did an outstanding job this time. Meanwhile, Miss Universe 2018, Catriona Gray, and entertainer, reporter, and producer Zuri Hall took turns doing the color commentating. Both women also had a great chemistry together, and both looked fabulous. The show began with an opening number featuring Big Sam's Funky Nation, a brass band specializing in jazz music. I thought the opening act was very appropriate considering that jazz music originated in New Orleans. While the band was playing, the contestants, wearing glittery cocktail dresses by Portia and Scarlett, entered the stage and introduced themselves. I noticed that many of them were screaming as if they were imitating the exaggerated introductions of Miss Grand International contestants. I mean, I wonder who instructed these girls to scream. Could it be Anne herself? After all, she used to be very good friends with MGI owner Nawat Itzanagrisil. All over the stage and within the audience, we could see costumed dancers on stilts, adding to the carnival theme of the show. A second entertainer, Amanda Shaw, wearing a glittery rainbow dress, dazzled the audience with her fiddle as she sang a Cajun tune. This year, the selection committee consisted of 7 biological women and 1 biological man, Big Frida, who identifies as a gender non-conforming, fluid, non-binary gay man. I suppose the Miss Universe organization was trying to appease both the traditional and progressive fans by putting a male judge who sometimes feel is a woman, but to me it seemed rather patronizing. Ever since MUO started putting an all-female jury since 2018, the organization had gotten tremendous flack. So this year, they figured that by inviting Big Frida as a judge, they could put a check mark in every box to cover all gender identities. Male, check. Gay, check. Non-conforming, check. Fluid, check. Non-binary, check. Out of 8 judges, 4 were Americans, 2 were Latinas, 1 Indian, 1 Filipino, and 2 former title holders, Jimena Navarrete and Wendy Fitzwilliam. Overall, it's quite a diverse committee. When the time came to announce the top 16, I became so anxious because I knew that there would be some surprises. But dear God, the surprises left me in shock. Of my original top 16, only 8 girls made the cut: Venezuela, USA, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Curacao, India, Colombia, and South Africa. Early favorites like Thailand, Vietnam, and Italy all failed to advance. And for the first time in 12 years, heavy favorite Philippines did not get in. This, to me, was the biggest shock of all. What possibly could have gone wrong? I mean, you and I could spend hours and hours finding a satisfactory answer, but it would rather be futile because the judges had already made their choices. Another shocker was the inclusion of Haiti and Canada, who were hardly in everyone's list, and Laos made the cut due to receiving the most number of fan votes. Even though I did not have Portugal, Trinidad, Tobago, and Spain on my list, I was delighted that their names were called. This year, the organizers decided to try a different format which garnered mixed feelings among pageant fans. Originally, it was supposed to be top 16, cut down to top 10, cut down to top 5, and then to top 3. Instead, the top 16 was drastically cut to top 5 after all the semifinalists competed in both the swimsuit and evening gown competition, something innovative this year. The main problem I have with the cut from top 16 to top 5 is that it left some of the heavy favorites in the dust. I mean, some of whom could have used more exposure and visibility on stage. But it is what it is. A new feature was added. For the first time in the history of the pageant, capes were introduced. I actually like this idea because it allowed the contestants to have the freedom to express their creative sensibilities and to promote their personal causes. I also like the fun and upbeat pace. The girls got to wear their swimsuit of their choice. At least 4 of them opted for the bikini. In this segment, my favorites were Puerto Rico, Australia, Dominican Republic, Portugal, South Africa, USA, and Venezuela. But I chose USA's cape as the best for its simplicity yet compelling message. If not now, then when? The swimsuit competition was followed by the evening gown competition, where the top 16 got to display their grace, elegance, and poise in their gown of choice. It seems that most of the girls wore silver or champagne-colored translucent gowns, but they all paled in comparison to the unique gowns worn by Venezuela, who wore an over-the-shoulder dress that was embellished with sequins in light blue, dark blue, and gold, and completed with a mesh cape. South Africa wore a beautifully patterned burgundy evening gown with a daring plunging neckline, and USA came out dressed to kill with a sparkling blue-black ombre dress with cutouts around the bodies and sleeves with gunmetal accents. A fringed skirt and bejeweled shoulders added a sleek textural finish. To show their communication skills, each of the top 5 had to pick a question from a judge. This event was called the Selection Committee Question Round, which determined who would advance to the final 3. Co-host Olivia Colpo assured the audience that none of the questions were asked in advance and that this round would be taken seriously because, as you know, the winner will use her voice as a global ambassador. In this round, I actually liked Puerto Rico's answer the best because she spoke with so much conviction and she nailed the question. I also liked the sound of her voice and her diction. When it was time to make the final cut to 3, Puerto Rico and Curacao were eliminated, leaving just USA, Venezuela, and the Dominican Republic to fight for the crown. And to further help the judges in picking the winner, all 3 finalists had to answer one last question. If you win Miss Universe, how would you work to demonstrate this is an empowering and progressive organization? To me, I think all 3 women gave an outstanding delivery and substantial answer, but after this segment, I was starting to change my winner from Venezuela to USA. Even though the Dominican Republic's answer sounded persuasive, she also looked very serious and didn't smile until she finished answering. Venezuela looked absolutely radiant when she spoke, but she did not give any concrete example. USA, on the other hand, not only looked regal and poised, but she also gave specific examples and incorporated the company taglines Transformational Leader and Force for Good, which impressed the judges and the audience. After the judges took a final look on all 3 finalists, the moment came to announce the official results. Dominican Republic was named second runner-up, followed by Venezuela as first runner-up, and USA as the new Miss Universe. As far as production is concerned, I like the fact that the culture of New Orleans received tremendous exposure through the musical guests and the pre-recorded videos showing the girls with outgoing Queen Harnaz Sandu wearing festive costumes and parading in the French Quarter. As much as I enjoy jazz, the most entertaining number was performed by gospel singer Yolanda Adams, who sang Chaka Khan's greatest hit, I'm Every Woman, during the final look segment. I just found myself dancing to the beat. And the biggest surprise was a pre-recorded video of the president of El Salvador announcing to the viewers that his country will host the next edition sometime in December 2023. Let's go to El Salvador. It's also worth mentioning a couple of humorous moments on the show, like the judges were incorrectly named on the screen, and Kun An's hyper excitement as she greeted the audience in her shrilling, manly voice.
Sawadika! Hello, the universe! Hello, the universe! Hello, the universe!
The stage seemed small from a distance, but sufficient to accommodate nearly 100 people on it without bumping against each other, although the few steps prevented Harnaz from doing a clean final walk as she tripped while approaching the front of the stage. The substantial use of LED lights added to the glitz and glamour of the show, and it was always nice to see people in the audience waving their country's flags and cheering for their favorite contestants. And there you have it, my review of the Miss Universe 2022 competition in New Orleans. Do you agree or disagree? If you like it, give it a thumbs up, comment, and share. Thanks for watching, guys. Until the next time.